This move's good, by the way. It jumps over lows. That's what makes it good. I bet you it lethal hits for that, right? I'm just guessing. It doesn't say here, but I'm guessing if it jumps a low, it'll lethal hit. Lethal hit on low crush? What do you know? Fuck it, let's look at lethal hits right now. Oh, that's on a whiff to GI, huh?
Thank you.
That one's a universal fate for GI. Oh, what's this? A whiff punish? Hitting the opponent who missed an attack. So this is supposed to be a whiff punish? Triggers if first strike misses and second strike hits. Well, that's some fucking dumb shit. How are you gonna get that to happen? Maybe that is the second hit. Right there. Oh! Damn, that's like Julia. Julia in Tekken 6 used to have this move that if it was spaced perfectly, it would launch. So you want to space this just right. And if you space it just right, it's a lethal hit. Damn, Julia Chang. That's what it is. Ah, that's pretty sick. Lethal hits, in case you don't already know, are like the most important part of this game in both offensively and defensively. They're like such a big part of this game. It's basically, in every character's move list, there's a list of moves that have this LH property to them. When you look at this list of moves, it's basically the game kind of guiding you and telling you what moves to focus on, and also how to use the moves to get this secret benefit. And the secret benefit, lethal hit or fatal blow as I like to call them, it varies. It's completely different for every character, arbitrarily assigned to each move specifically. But not only can you use this as a guide for what moves you should use and how to use them, but when you're defending against a character, obviously you should be aware of their lethal hits as well. So you can use these defensively to think about what you don't want to get hit by. For example, and Sung Mina has a real doozy of a move like this, where this move is a lethal hit at this range. So when you know that, you understand that when you're at this range, you're in danger, even on regular hit. You don't need to be counter hit, just a regular hit. So, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal in this game, basically. Lethal hits are where it's at. That's what everyone wants to go for, and they do the most damage for the least amount of risk. And the least amount of... I shouldn't say risk, but the most damage for the least amount of, like, you don't need a counter hit, you don't need anything specific, but you do need something very specific. Yeah. I guess it's just a guide, you know? They are so specific, it's absurd, really. Some of them are like, Raphael has one that's like, use his down forward A, and it lethal hits on the 4th try. Like, what? So, you hit it 3 times, and alright, that was the 3rd try. Not a lethal hit. 4th try? Lethal hit. What the fuck, dude? Doesn't even make sense. You know? What is the parameter here? Hitting the opponent when... What? So if the opponent's guard stamina is low, this lethal hits every time? See what I mean? This is a weird one. Every time it hits, it lethal hits, as long as the opponent's guard damage is low. Wow, that's a whiff punish? That's sweet. That's sweet. It's a back command. That's sweet. Do most lethal hits lead to full combos or guaranteed hits? Yeah, I think so. I think every lethal hit at least leads to an additional damage of some sort. I think it's a little bit unsafe to completely say that all lethal hits lead to combos, but I think a lethal hit will yield extra damage in one way or another. Or maybe situational, I don't know. Oh, this also, if you fully charge it. Wow, that's cool. That hits a backdash. See what I mean? Like, look at, if you think about what's going on here, right? This is just a random character. I'm talking about lethal hits, but if you look at this move, you look at the move, you see, okay, it's done by back A, right? And then look at the lethal hit. Okay, it triggers upon hitting the opponent who misses an attack. Then you push this and you see the demonstration. It's like, alright, well, what that tells me is, if I'm at a space where I think the opponent is going to attack, let's say I did a kick or something, you know, back up, boom, whip punish, and this is how I use this move. Among other ways, it's not the only way to use the move, but this is like a way for you to understand what the developers are trying to get you to do with your character. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool, actually. I like it, and I think that it's done well so far. I think it looks cool too. This is another example of that. 6-6-B, right? This move, it's obviously done with the forward command. 6-6, right? And look at the range on it. For a character like this that doesn't have a lot of range, it clearly is for something, right? Maybe it's for catching people who are backdashing. Well, look what we have here. Triggers upon running counter while moving backwards. Bagoosh. So, this is what lethal hits are all about in this game. They're a big deal. It's your guide on how to use your character. And it's already in the game. It's pretty good design if you ask me. Not only fighting game design, but design and presentation as well. Nothing like this really exists in Tekken to kind of help players find the move's value. Look at this. Earlier I was like, this move low crushes. Then I saw the lethal hit. I was like, I bet you that's what it is. And look at this here. The character, you clearly have like an... If there's a problem low for you, like, oh, that move's a low. As a talent player, it should trigger, oh, that move's a low. Can I use my lethal hit to jump over it and combo? Every time. So as a talent player, first of all, you should understand that you're going straight to hell. Second of all, once you're encountering a situation where you're trying to jump over a low, this is your go-to. And you learned it from the move list. Lethal hits. You see what I'm saying? It's good design. To me, it's doing two things. It's doing multiple things, really. It's helping players find the moves. It's helping players use the moves. Not only is it telling you what's a valuable move, but by telling you how to get the lethal hit, it's telling you how to use the move. And that in itself is guiding you for your character. It's also telling you how to defend against characters. It's a really cool system. Well done. That's the lethal blow. Blows their pants off. You can only do this when your health is low. Weird. That's pretty good though, honestly. Because you know those running slides are pretty effective. They hit all the time. And they're fast. And for it to lethal blow is kind of funny, actually. When her health is low. It's good to remember, actually, if you think about that. When you're killing a talent player, they're more inclined to go for this kind of dumb shit. So is Talon gonna be the punching bag of Soul Calibur 6 like Lily in T7? Shut up. What? Hey, how does this trigger? It says triggers immediately after the opponent is knocked out of the ring. What does that mean? Don't you win the whole round if the opponent is knocked out of the ring? What the fuck does this mean?
Sorry for the question. Want to buy?
Don't worry about it. Hey, any of you know what this means?